$50,000. That number is real. You can genuinely find it advertised, and in a very specific, narrow sense, it isn't even a lie. What it is the least useful number in the entire barndominium industry, because it describes a pile of steel sitting on a truck, not a home you can move into. In this video, I'm walking through exactly what that $50,000 figure actually includes, everything it doesn't, and a real, itemized build-up to what moving into an actual finished barndominium costs in 2026. Stay to the end, because the gap between that headline number and the real total is bigger than most people expect. And I'm going to show you exactly where every dollar of that gap goes. Before we get into it, if you're tired of starting at numbers that don't survive contact with reality, hit subscribe. This is Homes and Haven, and I built this channel specifically to give you the real, itemized truth behind these builds. Let's get into it. Let's start by being fair, because this number isn't fabricated out of thin air. It's real, and understanding exactly what it describes is the key to this entire video. $50,000 can genuinely buy you a kit shell, meaning the raw structural steel or post-frame components, roofing panels, and exterior siding shipped to your property for a smaller footprint, commonly somewhere in the 1,000 to 1,500 square foot range depending on the manufacturer, your region, and how basic the door and window package is. Kit material alone across the industry commonly runs somewhere around $30 to $50 per square foot, which is exactly the math that produces that headline number for a modest-sized structure. Here's the honest problem, and it's not that the number is fake, it's that kit is doing an enormous amount of quiet work in that sentence, and almost nobody advertising that number stops to define it clearly. A kit is materials. It is not labor to erect those materials. It is not a foundation to set them on, and it is not a single thing that turns that structure into a place you could actually sleep, cook, or shower. The number is real. The implication that it represents anything close to a finished, livable home is where this stops being an honest headline and starts being a genuinely misleading one. Let's be precise about what you're actually purchasing when you buy a $50,000 kit, because the specificity here matters. You're buying the structural frame, steel columns and trusses, or post frame with components depending on the system, the roofing panels, and the exterior wall siding panels. Depending on the specific package, you may also get a basic door and window allowance, though upgrading beyond the most basic options is almost always an additional cost on top of the base kit price. What you're not buying in a standard kit price is the labor to actually assemble any of it. Most kit companies sell the materials and either connect you with independent erection crews or leave that sourcing entirely up to you. Erection labor for a steel or post-frame shell is a real, substantial cost, commonly adding a meaningful percentage on top of your kit material cost, depending on your region's labor market and the complexity of your specific design. And you are also not buying a foundation. The kit assumes a foundation already exists for it to be erected onto. That's not a minor omission. It's one of the largest single line items missing from that headline number, and we're going to walk through exactly why in the next section. This is the core of this video, so let's go through this properly, one real line item at a time, rather than just gesturing vaguely at more costs. Foundation. A concrete slab foundation for a barndominium size footprint is a genuinely significant cost on its own, and it varies enormously by region, soil conditions, and whether your site needs grading or fill dirt before a slab can even be poured. This single item alone can represent a meaningful percentage of your total $50,000 kit price, and it's not optional. Your steel shell has nowhere to stand without it. Erection labor. As covered in the last section, actually assembling the kit into a standing structure is a real, separate labor cost, not included in the material price. Land, site prep, and utility hookups. If you don't already own a fully prepped, utility-ready lot, this category alone can rival or exceed your entire kit cost. Well drilling, septic system installation, electrical service running to the property, and driveway or access road work are all genuinely expensive, highly site-specific costs that a national starting at price has no way of accounting for. Insulation. A bare steel shell is not insulated. Spray foam or bad insulation across your entire wall and roof assembly is a real, substantial line item, and it's not optional if you intend to actually live comfortably inside a metal building through real seasonal temperature swings. Interior framing, drywall, and paint. The interior of a kit shell is one open structural space. Framing interior walls to create actual rooms, hanging and finishing drywall, and painting every surface is a complete, separate phase of construction with its own real labor and material costs. Plumbing. Rough-in plumbing, water supply lines, drain lines, venting, plus all fixtures, is a genuinely significant trade cost, price per fixture and per linear foot of piping, and it scales directly with how many bathrooms and kitchen fixtures your design includes. Electrical. Wiring the entire structure, panel installation, outlets, switches, and fixtures is another complete trade package with real licensed electrician labor costs, not a line item that shows up in a kit price. HVAC. A heating and cooling system sized for your actual square footage, installed with real ductwork or a mini-split system, is a substantial mechanical cost that has nothing to do with your steel shell price. Flooring, interior doors, trim, and cabinetry. Every interior finished surface, flooring throughout, interior doors and their hardware, baseboard and trim, kitchen and bathroom cabinetry, countertops, is priced and installed as its own category, and finish level here swings this cost dramatically depending on whether you choose builder basic or genuinely nice materials. Fixtures and appliances. Light fixtures, plumbing fixtures like sinks, toilets, and tubs or showers, and kitchen appliances are all real purchases that a bare kit price has no way of including. Permits and inspections. Building permits, and in many jurisdictions multiple required inspections throughout construction, carry real fees that vary by county and are easy to forget when you're focused on material costs. Laid out like this, the pattern should be obvious. The $50,000 number describes roughly one category out of over 10 real categories required to actually move into a finished home. Let's actually build this number up honestly, using the same industry-wide framework that applies across Barndominium construction broadly, rather than just asserting a scary total. Across the Barndominium industry, the shell and structure, which is roughly what that $50,000 kit price represents, typically account for somewhere around a quarter of total project cost. The remaining 3/4 covers everything we just itemized: foundation, insulation, interior framing and finish, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, flooring, fixtures, and appliances. Run that math honestly, and a $50,000 kit sits inside a realistic total project cost somewhere in the $180,000 to $220,000 range for a comparably sized, standard finish home. And that's before land acquisition if you don't already own a ready-to-build lot, and before any premium finish choices that push costs higher. National data broadly puts finished Barndominium costs somewhere between $65 and $200+ per square foot, depending on region and finish level, and a 1,000 to 1,500 square foot home build at even a modest, efficient finish level lands convincingly inside that same range once every real category is accounted for. I want to be direct about something here. This doesn't mean the kit company lied about their kit price. In almost every case, if you read the actual product description carefully, it does genuinely describe materials only. The dishonesty, where it exists, lives in how that number gets used in marketing headlines and thumbnail claims, stripped of that context, presented next to a beautiful finished rendering that has nothing to do with what $50,000 actually buys you. If this kind of honest, itemized breakdown is useful to you, this is exactly what we do every week here on Homes in Haven. So go ahead and subscribe now, so you don't miss the next one. And if you've gotten a real quote recently, drop the number in the comments. I read every one, and it helps me pick what we cover next. It's worth understanding why this specific number is so common across the industry, because it's not really about any one company being dishonest. It's a structural incentive built into how this entire product category gets marketed. A kit manufacturer's actual product is the kit. They are genuinely, accurately advertising their own product's price. The problem is that their product represents a small fraction of what a buyer actually needs to accomplish their real goal, which is a finished home, not a pile of steel, and a low headline number is what gets clicks, gets leads, and gets a buyer on the phone for a real, more accurate quote. The honest, useful skill here isn't getting angry at every company using this number. It's learning to immediately ask the follow-up question the moment you see it. Is this a kit price, a shell price, or a fully finished, move-in ready price? That single question, asked directly to any company or any video making a low-cost claim, will tell you almost everything you need to know about whether that number applies to your actual situation. So how do you avoid getting caught by this gap when you're planning your own build? A few honest, practical steps. Ask every company for a written, itemized breakdown, not a single number. Specifically ask what's included in shell, foundation, and finish categories separately, so you can see exactly where your quote's number actually stops. Get real. Cite specific numbers for land, well, septic, and utility hookups before you finalize any budget. These costs are so site-dependent that no national average or kit price can responsibly account for them, and they're commonly the single most underestimated category in a first-time buyer's budget. Use the roughly 25% shell, 75% finish framework as a genuine sanity check on any number you're quoted. If someone tells you their $50,000 kit is most of your total budget, that math should immediately raise a flag, because it contradicts how Barndominium project costs actually break down across the industry. And treat any advertised number without a clear, specific scope attached, kit, shell, or finished, as a starting point for a conversation, not a number to bring to your own contractor as an expectation. The gap between a headline and a real quote is exactly where budget disappointments happen, and it's entirely avoidable with the right questions asked early. That's the honest reality behind the $50,000 Barndominium kit number, a real price for a real product that represents a genuinely small fraction of what it actually costs to move into a finished home. If this saved you from budgeting around a number that was never going to hold up, do me a favor and subscribe. This is Homes and Haven. I put these breakdowns together because I'd rather you walk into your first conversation with a builder fully informed than blindsided by a number that was true in the smallest possible sense and misleading in every practical one. New videos like this one drop every week. Let me know in the comments. Did you already know this gap existed? Or did this number surprise you the way it surprises a lot of first-time buyers? I read every comment, and it genuinely shapes what we cover next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.